So I honestly, I forgot, um, like when I recorded the last episode, and I don't think I listened back to it, so I forget if recorded it before or after the Knicks championship. But I'm 98% sure I recorded it before. Um, so full disclosure, because these episodes 9 times out of 10, what's it called, are scheduled for Monday mornings. It is like Sunday night right now. This is like, this episode is going to be live in like 8-9 hours around, roughly less 7-8 hours actually. Yeah, 7-8 hours. I am still on a high from this Knicks championship. I'm like a little schoolgirl. Dude, it is amazing. You gotta be some sort of freaking retarded to have such joy in watching the same clips over and over and over again from different angles. That's my favorite part. It's like, oh, here's the same shot from this angle. Here's it from the sky cam. It's fucking, oh, look at this guy, and all the way in the section 219. I'm like so happy and giddy. Dude, and outside of Jalen Brunson's dad, everything that comes out about this team is just such good news. It's like they're donating to puppies, They're like saving kittens with CPR. You know what I mean? They're like giving homeless people yachts. Like everything about this team is just so fun. Outside of I'm doing the podcast right now. Outside of Rick Brunson, just don't. Again, everything was allegedly, but just do not look into Rick Brunson's history. He's a great father, great husband, allegedly, and Jalen Brunson's amazing. So everyone's happy. We're all happy. All right, just everyone stay happy. Don't look into anything. And just be happy. And, yeah, people are going to light stuff on fire. But, to be fair, New York's on fire all the time anyway. Who gives a fuck? Dude, all right. On the court, that series was mind-numbing. Mind-numbing. Because the first two games are just, like, you're just watching and you're like, why? How can it be so blatant of what the refs are trying to do in borderline gifting the Spurs a championship? Then the Knicks lose game 3 and it's like, fuck, is this it? Like, is this finally? And then they're down by 29 in game 4 and it's like, Dad, this actually might be it. The Spurs have really come out of their shell. They weathered the storm of going down 0-2 in their building. They're going to tie this series 2-2, win both games at MSG. The refs are in their back pocket. They're going back to San Antonio to finally win a home game this finals. Like, that's it. And I understand no one's going to believe me because whatever. I swear to you, I'm watching this game with my girlfriend, game 4. And how is it? I'm not saying like I thought they were going to come back. I kept thinking of game 1 against Cleveland in the Eastern Conference Finals. And I was like 9:46. There's I'm sorry. No, not 9:46. It was like there was a 7 minute, they were down 22 with 7 minutes something seconds left. And I'm watching this game and I'm just like, as stupid as this sounds, as dumb as this sounds, I'm thinking of the Celtics, the 2 games they came back 2 years ago in the playoffs. I'm like, as dumb as this sounds, I'm just like, okay, 29 points is a lot. But man, dude, like, if you can cut it to 15, I'll take 15 points in the fourth quarter. You wouldn't, and I think that's what they did. I think they only outscored him by 14 in the third quarter. So then the fourth quarter starts, and I think the Spurs got it to like 20 points a couple times. And that's when it was 9:46. I don't know if that was like the legit time the comeback really started. But I saw that and I just kept saying 9:46. Like, if it's going to happen, it's going to 9:46. It's going to happen here. And I'm watching it. We're in the bedroom and my girlfriend's like in and out of sleep because I'm over here just rocking like, oh man, I'm locked in. I went from like leaning back on the pillow like, all right, it's gonna happen. It's gonna. Oh, nah, fucking. They made another threat. Whatever. And then it's like, oh, all right, next man. All right, if it's gonna happen, And as soon as like it felt like I just kind of leaned forward, like, oh, oh, and then It was just I was in a different position every like 30 seconds. Like, I was in an Indian squat position on the bed. Then I was on my knees with my like elbows on the bed, propping my head up, looking at the TV. Then I'm standing like next to the bed. Then I'm at the end of the bed, sitting on the floor, leaning against the bed, just looking up at the TV like, oh, and I'm just like, I'm rubbing my knees and I'm rubbing my leg. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And they're just cutting in the car. I'm like, oh my God. And once they got to see, because they were, it was just, the fourth quarter was just a back and forth. Knicks cut it to 14. Oh, now it's back to 18. Knicks cut it to 15. Oh, now it's back to 20. Knicks cut it to 12. Oh, now it's back to the... And it just like... It was like, man, if they can just get this to single digits, that's 3 possessions in the NBA. That's 3 possessions. If they can just get this to... Bam! 9 points. Fuck yes! And it was just like, yes! Yes! And the crowd's going crazy. And then they cut it... what was it? I think it was the freaking ball that Alvarado kind of like low rolled / bounce to OG, where for a split second I'm like, oh fuck, Wemby's gonna block this. This ball was like passed so slowly to him, but no, he gets the 3 ball in, and I think that's when they cut it to, I think it was 4 points, 4 or 5 points with like over 4 minutes left, and at that point I'm like, are the Knicks gonna win by 10? Like, are they gonna run away with this? But those last 4 minutes were nail biters. The missed shot by Josh Hart was crazy. And like, before talking about the OG play, which is just like, man, the thing that's crazy, the comebacks that the Knicks had with like the 2 against the Celtics a year ago, even the 1 against Cleveland, which really was Jalen Brunson going into God mode. The comeback against the Spurs in Game 4, it's weird because when comebacks like that happen, it used to be you have to be perfect and the other team has to screw up. The Knicks were screwing up. The Josh Hart lay-in or dunk or whatever you want to call it, it was a miss. It reminded me, it was so funny. When that happened, it reminded me when Patrick Ewing, I never saw it live, but I saw replays, obviously, missed it against the Pacers. They fucking and then boom, out. It reminded me of that. So I was like, oh my God. And then he's on the floor on the other side of the court after he fouls. I think it was Wemby was driving to the basket. But what was I saying? Oh, the Knicks were like, they were still passing the ball poorly. They were turning over the ball. And they're missing some like key shots. And in both teams, like in both, like especially in Game 5, they were both missing foul shots, at least in Game 5. So I'm just like, dude, this is weird that they're coming back and they're not playing perfect. And they're not coming back by 8, 9, 10 points. They're coming back at 29 points. It's the greatest comeback in finals history. And they did it while not being perfect. It was kind of crazy. I mean, it shows you how bad the Spurs, like, it wasn't like one of their it wasn't like Tracy. It wasn't Brunson, Game 1 against the Cavs. It wasn't Tracy McGrady going ape shit for 4 to 5 minutes. It was just this series of events of, all right, the Knicks are playing better. They're still fucking up, but they're playing a lot better. The Spurs. They just missed every single shot. And then they were missing free throw. They couldn't make a shot. And it's like, it's a make or miss league kind of thing. You know, you either get the ball in the basket or you don't. And they didn't the second half. I think they scored 30 points in the second half. I was very, very, very happy. And then the OG play, I just the guy passes the ball in. He actually calls for the ball in case Jalen wanted to pass it, but Jalen decides to take the shot over Wemby, which is fine. He like that, which is honestly that's it was a little far out, but yeah, you pass the ball into your best player. He goes up for a shot. It goes in, doesn't. It doesn't. And to have the everyone wants. I remember watching that. It's one of my favorite documentaries about like sports, the Reggie Miller Winning Time documentary. It's like the presence of mind. OG just cuts it, just boom, like a knife through butter. And to be at that speed, to be that time constricted to get this shot off, to jump up, to find your hand on the ball with no one else being able to touch it, just you. He talked about this after the game, to have the mindset that you're going to grab the ball and dunk it, realizing you can't do that and you have to just feather this in. Like, it's kind of like you have a car going really fast and you have to like somehow just tap the thing in front. And and it hit the back iron too. And that made me think it's like, oh, that's going to be like the Patrick is going to hit the back iron and come back out. And they're going to lose. Like there's no way he hit it to the point where it's going to hit the back iron, not come out. No, he just hits it and it goes in, and it's like and I kept thinking, I was like, there's 1.2 seconds left, one shot, and that would have been so sad if the Spurs found a way to win that game, because man, if there's one player that like really like deserves is his flowers, it was OG, because he's one of those guys, like people always say like he's so underrated. It's like, well, if everyone's saying he's underrated, then everyone knows he's good. So he's kind of not, and he's not underrated, and he's getting paid like $30 million. He gets paid top dollar. Like he is, however, he deserves, he's so consistent. He was actually the most consistent player in the finals. Brunson deserved the MVP because of the Game 5 performance, because it wasn't like he was a dog the other 4 games. He was inefficient, especially the first 3 games, but overall, he did deserve the MVP, and it's top-heavy from Game 5. But that's what happens when you score half your team's points. But OG was the most consistent player. However, he almost never gets a moment. And that was a moment. And that moment was like every t-shirts, quotes, like monuments. It was everything to get that in. And also to get a championship for the second time technically, but to play. He never played in any playoff game that whole Raptors championship run. I mean, for him to have this run, win a championship with the Knicks, and be, I mean, honestly, I think it's fair to say the second best player on the Knicks throughout this whole playoff run. I really think that's fair. It would probably be Brunson 1, OG 2, and Cat 3. Because Cat was better. There were certain series where Cat was better than OG. But I think OG overall during the whole playoff run was the second best player the Knicks had. He was, I mean, phenomenal. And he's always just consistent, it seems like, offensively and defensively. The only thing that happens sometimes is that his 3-ball just doesn't drop, which there's a trillion players you can say that about in the NBA. So it was great. He has 2 rings now with 2 different teams, you know? And no one can say he has like a dummy championship. Like, well, he never even played in the other. He was on the team, but he played this one. He was crazy good. And that was that. And then Game 5 happened. Another double-digit lead blown by the Spurs and taken by the Knicks, and came down the final set, and that was it. It was it. It was over, and I was in Florida, in Disney World, watching this game, going ape shit, just going ape shit. Where my girl's like, "You gotta like not yell. We're in a resort. You know, people are they're gonna call someone." I was so, oh my God, I was banging on, like, I was like, oh my God, I was so happy. I was so happy. The only thing that made me a little sad, I was like, oh man, I'm not in like the tri-state area right now, and the Knicks just won the championship. But I was in the happiest place on earth, so I couldn't be that upset. And then when we got back home, it's funny, we had a Yankee game scheduled for the day of the parade, and I'm like, I ain't going to the parade. As much as as much as I want to go to the parade in a way, like I wish I wanted to. I'm like, I kind of don't. I don't want to be holding in my piss from 1 or 4 a.m. to start all the way to like noon or 1 o'clock. Like, I'm okay. I'm okay. And I got invited too. People are like, hey, you want to go? I'm like, I'm good, dude. I just got back from Florida. I am watching reel after reel, Twitter post after Twitter post. I'm grinning ear to ear. I can't. The memes, the AI memes, the fucking Jalen Brunson did my taxes. Like Jalen Brunson got me this apartment. Like, I'm happy. I'm so happy. I'll watch the highlights of the parade, which I have been watching so many highlights. The Elmo ones are the best. The Team USA for soccer, Elmo going, don't make this a thing. I'm just, it's like, that's fucking great. Dude, I'm just so happy. And then the fact that I was at least in Manhattan at one point, after the parade, and just seeing all the Knicks stuff everywhere. I was just walking around, like basking in it before I got on the fucking the A to head up to the Yankee game. I was just like, this is crazy. And if anyone's like listening, going, you can't take the A, you transfer at 125. You can take the A and then you get on the D. It's very like, fuck you. I'm not retarded. Just I don't need some asshole. The A doesn't stop at 160. I know, but you know what I meant when I said that, asshole. Dude, I was just... Oh, and then when we went to the Yankee game and got the fucking soccer shirt giveaway, by the way, 1 out of 5, 1 out of 6 people had some sort of Knicks gear on. I was one of them. I had Yankees and Knicks gear. I'm very happy. I can't... I don't know. I can't... You know, it's... I've seen the teams I root for win a championship before. I've seen the Yankees, obviously. I remember the 2000 series and then 2009. And then the Giants twice. That was it. The last time was 2011. I guess technically 2012 is when. So let's just say 2012. So 14, 15 years roughly it's been. And that's not like a terribly long time. There's people who root for teams that they've never seen their team. So I can't complain. It's not like it's been forever. But it's been my entire life. 0 Knicks championships. And I was there for 94. But I don't remember because I was basically a fucking sperm, borderline, you know. I really don't remember the 99. Again, my main first sports memory is like it was the Subway Series, World Series, and Dale Earnhardt dying. Like the one NASCAR race I saw was fucking Dale Earnhardt die. It was crazy. So those are my first like real memories. And those would be the best memory. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, it's just been basketball has been kind of leaning. And then when the Nets left Jersey, I'm like, all right, well, fuck. Like, basketball really sucks overall. Like, there's no college teams where it's like St. John's suck. So I've always been a Duke. That's the thing. College basketball is a bigger deal for me because Duke was great. They won in 2015. They won in 2010. Forget. All the Plumlee brothers have won a championship. Miles, Mason, Marshall, Plumlee. Marshall played for the Knicks for like a fucking 1 to 2 week stretch, basically. You know, so Plumlee was on the fucking Mason that was the saddest part about the Spurs losing to me is that Mason Plumlee. I'm like, oh fuck, man. I don't think Miles was played for the Suns. I don't think he played. I'm gonna look this up. I don't think he ever played in a championship. Marshall did. Again, Marshall wasn't even supposed to go to the pros. When I saw him on that, I was like, what the fuck? I thought they kept talking about him when he was on Duke. Like, he's probably not gonna go to the pros. It's like, I thought he wasn't gonna go to the pros. Miles Plumlee. I always spell it with a Y. Why do I do that? Um, let's see. Miles Plumlee. Disable. 7 years, Indiana, Phoenix. Yeah, he wasn't with Milwaukee, though, for the championship. Like a half a decade. Chicago, LA. Yeah, no, he didn't. Wow. One playoff game is with Milwaukee. Wow. Yeah, so Mason's always been the best of the three. It's not even close. Let me see how long the Marshall was before. My computer froze. That's good timing. I don't know why is it when I run OPS my like internet like doesn't work. Whatever. But yeah, it was just that was the I was like, yeah. At first I was like, Mason's still in the league. Like really? But he didn't blame it. Like he is, he's like Huck Porty bait. Like think of who Huck Porty is for the Knicks. Mason's even lesser than that. I don't even know how. All right, jeez, who's the fourth big man on the Knicks? I'm trying to think. Fuck. Oh, my God, the Cat, Mitch, Huck Porty. For some reason I keep thinking DOR, but he's not. He's not. He's a small forward. He's like Barrett. All right, here we go. Marshall Plumlee. There we go. Stats. That'll be the first thing that pops up. I'm surprised his college stats isn't the first thing. He played for the Knicks. He played 21 games. Oh, yeah. He played. He started a game. 8 minutes a game. It's actually a lot more minutes than I thought. And then he went to Milwaukee. I wonder if I'm not going to go back to Miles, but yeah, he barely played. Like Mason, who is the middle child, I believe. I've always thought that. Miles, I believe, came out of college first, but they both won a championship together. It had to be 2010, but yeah, it had to be 2010. Marshall was. And it's funny because that was also the year Kentucky went undefeated with Cat until the Final Four and they lost to Wisconsin. Which is so funny too because I was in Vegas when Duke won that chair. I was watching it on the Vegas TV. I was like, oh, fuck. And when I heard Wisconsin won, I got to admit, this is gay of me, but I was like, championship. I knew instant. I was like, oh, they're winning this. Because Wisconsin had the kid that was there for 4 years, the tall, lanky white dude who actually had, or maybe he might still be in the league, actually. 2015 Wisconsin basketball roster. It's not Garrett or something. It's what's his name? Why is all right? I'm gonna look it up on my phone. This is like actually. Oh wow, Frank Kaminsky. He was the first person that popped up. Yeah, Frank Kaminsky. Great college player, 4-year college player. Did not he got to the pros and everyone no one thought he was going to be a big deal. It's kind of like Okafor, even though people had a little bit more hope for Okafor on Duke, but no. Let's see, Frank Kaminsky. Yeah, he's 33 now. Let's see if he's still in the league. Nah, he's gone. Played for Charlotte for a little while and then he played for. Wait a minute. Was he on Phoenix when they went to the championship? 2020, 2021. That was the bubble. No. But he did play 9. Let's see. And then. He might not have been on the roster for the playoffs when they went to the championship. But yeah. Look at that. I mean, geez. Again, was not highly touted coming out of college, even though he played 4 years. But to have a couple years averaging 11 points, 10 points here, that's impressive, dude. NBA 8 years. That's that's actually really impressive. That's insane. The guy made a boatload of money in 7-8 years. He's 30. He's 33 years. He's my age. The guy. He's already got a second career going. Good for him. Mason Plumlee, though, yeah, been in the league. He's been in the league for 13 seasons. On San Antonio, definitely like one of his last stops. I think Mason looked really sad after they lost. That might have been his last year in the NBA. Honestly, I really was sad that he didn't get it. And look at that. He never averaged a year of 11 points. So fucking Kaminsky. crushing it. Yeah, playoffs. He was with the Nets for a little bit. I remember that. Portland, Denver, huh? Clippers. I remember him on the Clippers. That was recent, and then now the Spurs. I remember him. Yeah, I remember him more on the Nets and the Clippers because he started with the Nets. Yeah, Nets, Portland. Don't remember his Denver years that much. I remember Detroit. Remember Charlotte. Clippers definitely. I remember Phoenix. Charlotte again, and then the Spurs, obviously. He's got so many jerseys. He's 7 foot. I don't remember Plumlee being 7 foot. Really? I don't know about that. 6'10", 6'11", ties. 7 feet, really? All right. Whatever. He must be on his tippy toes. No way. But man, God. Yeah, no, that was the saddest part of the Spurs losing was Mason Plumlee. But yeah, that's the thing. Going back to that, it was college basketball a lot. Like once the Nets left Jersey, there was like, all right, is basketball even like a thing here? Like St. John's sucks, Rutgers sucks. Like all the college teams suck. The Nets and the Knicks suck. So even though I'm a Knicks fan overall, they suck. So I was definitely more hyped up about Duke because they always went into it with a chance to win the championship. And then they seemed like they were building something. They trade for Melo. It's getting a little better for a short time. It fizzles out. They suck again, but you stay a fan. And then they sign Tibbs. The pandemic is happening. Randall looks great. And then they sign Brunson, and it's just been like it. Jeez, I remember Alec Burks. All these freaking players they had. One of the funniest things is the fact that I remember I gave a lot of clothes away to charity a while back, and not like because I'm a good person. I was like, well, I guess I should give them to something, or else I'm gonna just throw them out. And I had a Langston Galloway jersey. I fucking loved Langston. I loved Galloway. And that's like a thing now. Like you'll see it on Twitter, like someone wearing like a Chris Copeland jersey. Which, by the way, Chris Copeland's not a deep cut. If anyone remembers Chris Copeland, he would come in garbage time, and he would be like a bull in a china shop running to the basket with like his head down. It's like, oh, this guy, if he can really, craft his game, like and really mold his game into I loved Chris Copeland. But no, overall, it's just been a crazy ride being a Knicks fan. And at the end of the day, we had nothing to do with the championship. It's the players on the court. It's just cool though to bask in it. And I don't give two shits about next year in terms of like who they're gonna sign, who they're gonna loot. Like I'll worry about that when the season starts and see how the health is of all these players. Right now, they're championships, and a lot. The whole like. Oh, a lot of pundits, they're eating crow now after what the Knicks did. They don't care. All this stuff in talk radio and sports talk TV shows and 24/7 sports media, it's not about actual conversations. Like, what was the big one that happened where the guy's like, oh, the Larry O'Brien Trophy is a participation award. Like, unless you have a dynasty to compete with, like, there's not really a true champ. It's something like that. It's like, that's not, you're just saying stuff that, like, you would hear a Twitter bot say. It's not an actual conversation. Again, that type of stuff is only like it's either for sheer entertainment value, or if people actually like listen to this and like think like it's a talking point. Well, they're retarded. Like they're actually retarded. Like they actually like have like lobotomized like brain temples. Like they're missing something. They're so Down syndrome, they look Asian. Like, they're that retarded. If people are actually like, oh, how dare he say that? It's like, he's saying it so he can get money. Like, what? Like, what are you, like, are you retarded? Or, yeah, no, he's actually right. Oh, you're retarded. Like, it's that simple. If you go, oh, that's the dumbest thing ever, but obviously he's doing it for entertainment purposes, and I got some time to kill, I'd be like, all right, well, I'd rather bash my balls against a fucking door to entertain myself. However, yeah, I at least understand that opinion. So yeah, like stuff like that I don't understand. It's just Twitter bot grifting stuff. It's just weird. It's not. Well, it's actually not weird. The guy's doing it for money yet again. It's just fucking weird that like I didn't know that many retarded people live in this country, but I guess the food's really that fucked up with like chemicals that people are that fucking brain dead. But overall, it's fucking great. They're champions. Nothing can change that. Don't look into Rick Brunson's history. And now we go on to next year. And now we actually go on to the Yankees. I will be watching baseball for the rest of the summer. And getting ready for football too, sometime in the fall. All right, that's been this episode. Knicks In 5. Hell yeah, we chanted that on almost every ride we went on in Disney. Jem's obviously not here today, but he'll probably be next week. And thank you for listening. I didn't even talk about the stats of the show. I probably wasn't going to because Spotify for Creators decided to update itself. I have no idea what the fuck I'm looking at. All right, later guys. Peace.